What is going on, guys? It's your boy Brandon, aka Drip, back with another video. And today's video, I'm here to give you guys the combo tutorial, or at least my combo tutorial, and a further discussion on the new Invoked Shaddoll Dogmatika deck profile and deck and all that stuff we can do with Shadow's Light. Granted, this is just going to be, we might not see Shadow's Light every time, so this is just going to be what I would do with my current hand and stuff like that. But if we don't see Shadow's Light in part of the combo, I will make sure I show you guys the part with combo with Shadow's Light. So this is not just a Shadow's Light combo guide. This is also a test hand and discussion video. But without further ado, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe. Become part of the D.D.D fan bell notification so you never miss an upload. Check the description for all the ways to support me down below. Patreon, Discord, PayPal, all my social media links, and the merch store. Everything is down there below. So go check it out, and I love you so much for it. But let's go ahead and get in this video. I'll see you guys in combo number one. Combo number one. Let's get shoveled up, see what we can get. Remember, this is a mid-range deck, so sometimes you won't be really doing much. If you don't see Alistair, it's fine. You just usually set a Shaddoll, and when your opponent plays into it, they play into it. So it's not a combo deck. It's a mid-range / mid-control deck, so keep that in mind with these combos. They're not going to be as long as other decks. Alright. This is a very, very good going first hand. So we would start it out with Meltdown. Let's see here. Meltdown, this is pretty much the old combo. Meltdown, go get the boy. The star boy, Alistair. We have Called By to protect ourselves from any monster hand trap, so we're fine. Go get the invocation. Link the boy off. Into Magistus. Now we would activate the Shaddoll Fusion, taking the Magistus and the Beast. Make Bay Construct. Now this is where you have to always do your construct channel, your fusion monster chaining one, definitely when you're under Meltdown, because you need everything to resolve. So it will protect everything when it resolves because it's an on summon effect, and Meltdown the trigger will protect everything. So make sure you keep that in mind if you are new to the deck. All of my veterans out there, we all know it's been the same way for years now. So we go Construct Chainlink 1, Beast Chainlink 2 to draw a card. Feels good. And then this to dump. Since we have access in Nadir, we don't need to dump the Schism. We can dump for utility. Just to deck thin. We can send Squam. Granted, Squam won't be protected when we go to use his effect. We'll go use effect of Squam. Send Windy effect to set whatever we need. In this case, I would set a Falco because Falco will reset Beast when they attack into it or whatever. And see, this is just another reason why, like, Shaddoll Hedgehog is just not really needed in this version of the deck. Now what we can do is we can link off the construct if you want to get access to our Shaddoll Fusion again for next turn. If you want to, you don't have to. But I'm going to go ahead and do that. Construct effect engrave to add back the fusion. Make sure everything's still in frame here. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and slide my hand up a little bit. Zoom out just a tad so you guys can see that. Alright. So graveyard over here. Hand right here. Face down Hedgehog. Now what we can do is the classic Nadir Servant. There's a couple lines you could have done with this. Instead of going the utility route, you could have dumped a Schism. And instead of dumping this off of Nadir Servant, we could have dumped the Gregonal to be able to get access to the Lulu wallet whenever, or to get an additional negate if you wanted to. But instead, I'd rather go the utility route because you always want to play safe. I like to play safe and low to the ground instead of overly aggressive because most of the time I get punished. So I'll send Apocalone. Apocalone, I mean, not Apocalone. Apocalone will resolve in a minute. Add Ecclesia Bay. Now Apocalone's effect. Rinse and repeat. Da 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 da. Standard. Where's that? Oh, wow, past it. It's hilarious. Now we pitch a card. We can pitch the Shaddoll Fusion because we can just easily get it back. Now what we could do is we go Invocation. This is where I would make the Kaliga instead of the Macabre. Banish. And this is another reason why I sent Squam to get an extra free Dark Engrave. Banish those two to make the Kaliga. Far over here. Make sure we're still in frame. We are. Barely. Feels good. Now we can do Invocation's Graveyard effect. Add back the Atlas Starboy. Shuffle back. Now we set the Schism. We can set the Call by the Grave. And this is another reason why I said in the deck profile, if you've seen it, that a Book of Moon would be better because you don't want to flip your cards too. So make sure you have Book of Moon and not Book of Eclipses in the deck. So we got 3 additional interruptions plus this. And you're feeling really good. You're going to have 4 interruptions because we're going to search off of her in the form of Fleur de Lis, wherever she is. Where is she at? There she is. Alright. So this is basically the old combo. So we have follow-up and some in the form of whatever we're going to summon. Then we have Call by the Grave. This is basically the old combo. But that's basically it for combo number 1. Let's go ahead and get in combo number 2. See you guys there. Alright, here we are, combo number 2. Let's get shuffled up and hope we don't brick. Combo number 2. Prosperity, Falco, Squam, Nadir, and Book of Eclipse. Kind of glad I drew the Prosperity so I could show you the targets. I would start out with Prosperity to bait for Ash. I would go ahead and get rid of the controller. If we're going for, let's say we go for 6, because I want to show you what we go for 6. I would go. This is by the way, this is us going first. I would go Agoides. I know that's weird. I wouldn't worry about the Azlium combo if you didn't open well like we did, and we didn't really open full combo. I would go ahead and get rid of the Savage. I'd really keep the Cross cheap, to be honest. Go ahead and go Raiden. One more. Go ahead and go Apclone. I know you could have argued the Gragonol in that part, but I kind of want to keep that. Play a, even though you're already playing into Droll, let's grab Meltdown. And then if they Droll us, we have a Meltdown. Standard. yada yada yada. Alistar boy. I really like this version of the deck though. On a side note, all combo stuff aside, I really like the different routes and utility cards we can run in the extra deck now. I'm kind of going to go on autopilot here while I talk. The deck feels like it can actually compete more and play through a lot more because it used to be all about like hitting Alistair pass basically if you didn't have Nadir Servant. As where now we have another route in the form of Shadow's Light. It's like Nadir Servant. It still can get it. We can play through Impermanent Ash and stuff fairly easy now. So feels kind of good in that regard. Let's see here. What I want to do. I'll go ahead and go the Invocation. Normally I'd like to make Kaliga, but we still have the Nadir Servant. And we can't really play under that. Kaliga when we're trying to get going. Put him in defense, play around certain interactions. Effect, shuffle back, add back this guy, the boy. Now I go Nadir. Look for the glitter, look for the glitter, there's a glitter. By dumping, I wouldn't dump the, well, shit. Kind of have no choice. If we want this, if you want access to the window package, we kind of dump the app clone. Go ahead and dump the app. Screw it. App effect. Get the schism. Now we gotta dump a card. Dump the squam. Squam effect. Dump the. See, if we would have went Kaliga, we wouldn't have gotten all this extra resources. Her effect. You already know where this is going. You get the one you don't have. Right now we need card advantage, so we go Beast just because we need card advantage. Set special the Ecclesia. Grab the Fleur de Lis. And now we set the Schism. So now, remember, this is Book of Moon on Eclipse. So on their turn, we have a negate, a monster negate, summon Winda, additional negate. So 3 negates, well, 2 negates, 1 flip, and a potential draw 2 if they attack into it, and then a floodgate monster. So we have like 4 to 5 interruptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially 5 off of that. So pretty solid. Pretty much almost like the old combo. Now, in this next combo, we already know what this is. I'm going to go ahead and draw up the hand that with Shadow's Light so I can show you the Shadow's Light combo since we're not drawing them. See you guys in the next combo number 3, I believe. Alright, guys, here we are at combo number 3. Let's say our hand looks something like this. This will be the first part of the combo I'll show you. The next one will be the final combo that where your hand is just busted. You're just open offensively, just busted. Started out bread and butter. If you had Alistair, it can work the same. It's better to have Meltdown to have all your stuff protected. To be honest. Standard. Normal summon the boy. Go get the invocation. Now, before you link them off, Shadow's Light target. Shadow's Light allows you to special summon a light monster from your X deck or deck with the same original type and level. So obviously, this is how we get access to Cartesia. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? Here she is. Special to Cartesia. Now with this combo, the actual combo, you have to be careful about zone placement. If you're playing under the left side of the left extra monster zone, then you need to eventually play into the right. You can't. The zones do matter. So now what we can do is now we can link it off. If you're trying to go the full combo, you you save your invocation engine a line. So now you use Cartesia, Fusion the Squamata, and the Artemis for the construct. And now construct Chainlink 1, Squamata Chainlink 2. We are going to dump the not infinite permanence. That is not the card that we're going to dump. I thought it was Resh. My fault. Resh. And then with Squamata, not Squamata, but Jesus Christ. We're going to dump Aerial off Construct, and then Windy Effect. Set the Aerial. Not Aerial. I can't talk. I give up, guys. I give up. Now what we can do is link these two off for the obvious cross sheet. Now to play under nib, kind of, sort of, we will go invocation, banishing the construct. You don't want to banish this. Do not banish the aerial. And you don't want to add back the Resh either. These two to make the Macabre. Okay. Now you're going to use Cross Sheep's effect to special summon one back, which is obviously going to be no other than the Cartesian. Make sure you leave this zone open. Leave the last zone open. Now, invocation effect. This is banished by the way. Add back. Now what we can do is banish the Resh and the Windy to flip. Aerial effect, summon back the construct. Construct effect. This is where you can send anything. You can send the Schism if need be. Now, what we can do is banish this from graveyard to be able to get an additional normal summon. And a lot of people forget that Alistair is not a once per turn. So we will go and get another invocation. Kind of messed up the zone placements, but it is fine. Now we can take these two. Thinking. These two, yeah. Synchro into Savage. Savage's effect to equip to Artemis. Equip Artemis. Now we can go ahead and go invocation again, banishing this in the Squam for the Kaliga. This will stay in grave. And this is just one way to do the combo. This gives us a less interaction on our opponent's turn than what we normally would with full combo, but this is just one way to do the combo if you have that. Granted, we didn't have the God hand, but it was still a very oppressive hand because they get one monster effect, Omni Negate, and then a potential Omni Negate depending on what you have in your hand, and then a Call by the Grave if you set it, but if you wanted to hold it for a spell negate with Makaba, that's fine too. And then Construct's just there to be there, and then, yeah. Initially, you would really want this here, zones like that, but it is fine like this too. Or you have this over here, and if you have Schism, summon here, so you can trigger Sheep's effect on your opponent's turn to bring back the Cartesia again. But this is, like I said, this is just one variation of the combo. Let's go ahead and get into the next Shadows Light combo. I'll see you guys there. Alright, here is the next combo. This is pretty much the best hand, if not one of the best hands, if not the best hand you can potentially open with this variation of the deck. It's swapping, like we swapped out the Callby with Nadir Servant. You're just gassed out at that point. I'm going to go a little bit faster because it's basically stuff. It starts out like the initial combo does. Get Alistair, normally Alistair, get Invocation, Shadows Light target, get access. What's funny is you could actually summon this Ecclesia too. This is another reason why in the deck profile I talked about wanting to run Maximus. Because you could get access to this. Well, first, like, if you had another one, Monster in the Graveyard, is the only reason why I would want to do this. You could banish the Artemis or whatever. But that's another reason why I cut it outside of Branded, because this will lock you before you can link this away. So, but it's still good where you can get access to this if you have access to Cartesia with this to be able to get Fleur de Lis if you couldn't see Nadir Servant. But yeah, summon. Okay. Now, rinse and repeat. Bang. Effect. These two into the construct. If you don't have access to a Shaddoll, this is where you would make the Gregnal with this. Chinook 1, Chinook 2, same thing. By the way, shout outs to Dark Paladin for the first part of this combo. I just took what he made and put my own little twist on it at the end. So shout outs to him. Let's see here. Where's Rush? Rush. We'll need that later. Did I miss it? I know I'm blind, but yes. That. The get. Ariel. Okay. Now, Link Aruski. For the Cross Sheep. No effect on construct. Banish these two. Let's say you wanted to banish this instead, so banish the Squam. Well, wait, I got ahead of myself. Banish this, then the construct. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Kava, Cross Sheep effect. Bring back the Cartesia. Now banish the Rush and the Squamata, because we're going to go a different route to summon something else. To flip. Then we will summon the construct. Now we'll use the invocation. Add back the Alistair. Shuffle the invocation back. Shuffle it up. Now there's a couple of things differently you can do here. Granted, we can make the Savage and everything again, but I'm going to show a different route of stuff that you can do, just to show a different inboard. Obviously, I know we can go the first combo again. So, but let's show you guys a, oh yeah, I forgot to use this, by the way. Foolish. I'm just going to show you guys a different inboard that we can make just because we have access to the cards. But so just don't get it mixed up that I'm just doing something differently. I know there's a different way of going about it. But what I want to show you that you can hard make these two, use these two, okay, to actually hard make the Lulu Walleth. And you can use that effect or whatever. Yeah. So let's see here. Construct, we don't have nothing in Construct to add back, right? Yes, Construct can add back the Schism. So now we have access to Schism. So even if we didn't have access in a deer, we're still fine. Now we can go Nadir Servant, pitch the app to add this. And then we can use App Clone's effect. I would personally add the Falco, pitch the Falco, Falco effect to reset itself, just to get some follow-up and an additional dark. Now, Special Ecclesia. We'll go get the Fleur-de-Lis. And this would be our inboard. Yes, we didn't normal summon Alistair again, but that's just one way of doing things. We could have, in theory, not added the Falco. If you wanted to go another fusion route instead of the utility route, that's fine. I just like sometimes going the utility route and holding my resources. But let's say we didn't go the utility route and we went the little more aggressive route. So what we would have done is we would have just used Ab Cologne to shuffle itself back into the extra deck. And then we can banish the Shadow's Light to get an additional normal summon. Normal summon. So we haven't done this yet, by the way. So I'm just going to keep this in hand. Normal summon. Get access to the invocation. And then we'll see what we got access to in the graveyard. We'll go in invocation. Banish. Banish the Windy. Make the Raiden. Then that's when we would go Nadir Servant, by the way, pitch the Alkaline, shuffle the Alkaline back, yada, yada, yada. Now you get where I'm going with this. And then special, then add. So this would be another alternative if you want to go another fusion instead of the utility route. This is the route I would go. And then you can just set the Schism, and then you have 1, 2, 3, and 3 or 4 interruptions. If you had the Ash, you would have 5 interruptions, just offensive interruptions. 1, 2, 3, 4 interruptions. So yeah, feels good. 5 interruptions really. So it's 5 to 6 interruptions. 5 offense, and then one like defense if you drew a hand trap. So that's the that's one combo. That's basically both combos that you can do. There's more you can do. It just depends on your hand and stuff. Like if you didn't have a Shaddoll, you can make Gregonal. I'll go ahead and show you that combo just in case for the people who might not know. And that will be the final combo. I'll see you guys when we get there. All right, here we are at the final combo. Let's say you're low-key bricked up and you have 3 defensive cards. You only have 2 offensive options. I'm just going to show you where these 2 get you. If they all fully resolve. This, normal this. Get this. And then this, target this. Let's see. There you go. Get her. Link off. This. Now Cartesia and Artemis. Make the Gregonol. Gregonol effect. Dump the app clone. App clone effect to. You can add the schism if you wanted to. It's just another option. But you have to pitch a defensive card. I just don't know if it'd be necessary. So I would go ahead and add the Squam, pitch the Squam effect. I want to go get utility here. That's just the way I like to play it. So, and deck them at the same time. Windy effect. Set the beast. Just so we have utility. Because if we play utility plus with all our hand traps, we should be pretty good. Now, what we can do is thinking. Big think. Go Invocation. Banish the Squamata and the Alistair to make the Caliga. Now, a lot of people would end their inboards here, but now that we have access to Shadow's Light, it's fine. We use this to shuffle us back and add back to hand. Banish Shadow's Light to get an additional normal summon. Link these two off, because a lot of people forget Gregonol can activate in Graveyard too. Cross Sheep. Now we can normal summon the Alistair again, add back the Invocation. Then we can go Invocation, Banishing. We can either make Raiden if we wanted to, if we know we're playing against Kashira, or if you don't know what you're going up against, you can just go blindly into it. Banish the Maiden, summon to the zone cross sheet points to. Well, banish the Maiden and the Alistair, that is. And then cross sheet's effect to bring back the Kliga. And then on our opponent's turn, we have Gregonol to banish to get access to Lulu Walleth to summon special summon Lulu Walleth. And then, this will add back to hand since a fusion went to the grave, by the way. And on our opponent's turn, we have this to be able to banish special on Lulu Walleth. We have a negate, and then both of us can only activate one monster effect. So if they negate this, then we can just use both effects, and plus our 3 hand traps. So just off of 2 cards, we were able to still end with this, which with follow-up with this too. So I just find that kind of insane to believe. And I was also just wanting to show you guys how far the deck can get without having access to Nadir Servant and all of that. Just even if they negated our Alistair, we still could get most of this. Granted, we wouldn't get these, but we could still get Schism and Gregonol on the field or in Graveyard to be able to tag out for Lulu Walleth for an additional negate. So, plus follow-up. So, that's just basically the combo tutorials. This deck is very, very gross, and it's very, very good and very underrated now. Just don't forget that the Shadow's Light takes your battle phase the turn you use either effect, so don't forget that. It's a very important effect. But other than that, this deck is very gross. It's very good. It's very good at grinding. Very good at putting up oppressive boards, and I don't know. I just really love the deck, and really love what it can do now, and utilize other parts of the Dogmatika engine, but with the Gregonol and the Blazing Cartesia. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload, and be on the lookout for upcoming videos and stuff. I usually try to post about all the different decks and stuff that I like, and I know you guys like, and new decks and stuff coming out too, discussion videos, combo tutorials, all that good stuff. But with that being said, I love you guys so much. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section or in the Discord down below in the links. I love you guys so much. It's your boy Brandon, aka Drip. Sign out. Till next time. Peace. Good dueling, my guys. Alright guys, final combo. This is just going to be a small one. Yes, you'll be able to do more with it depending on what else you have in your hand and how you play through it. But I forgot to show you guys the Aslium combo, so I'm going to go ahead and show you that now since this will be the final combo. I'm going to kind of breeze through it because I just want you guys to be able to see it. This, target this, get this. Now we leave this off. For this, you can use anything. You just need a different name in hand. It could be anything. For this, construct effect, you can send anything. Since you have a Nadir Servant, I wouldn't worry about sending Schism. Deck Thin, send Squam effect, send this, that effect. Set up the beast all the way up or way on the other side. Now, link these two off for that. Now what we can do is go Invocation. Banish the Alistair and the Construct. Kava, Sheep effect, bring back. Now don't do nothing else with your chick. Add back. True Light, banish. Normal effect, add back. Invocation, banish. Banish. Leave the other zone open for this. I wanted to summon this. You could summon anything else. Now, what we could do is go Nadir. Dump that. Add this. Doesn't really matter if you have that arrow open that much right now, though. I'll take that back. That, add that. Now, app effect, add the Schism. I'll just pitch the Ash. Now, set the Schism. Now on your opponent's turn, what you're going to do, you're going to use this to negate if you have to by dumping this. If not, it's fine. You can use Cartesia effect to make either one of these three. It has to be an Invoked and a monster summon from the extra deck. So it could be it could be anything really. Let's see. You could even use these two if you wanted to, and keep the cross sheep. But I'm gonna go ahead and use the cross sheep. So in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and if you realize you don't need the Raiden, go Raiden and the cross sheep for the Aslium. Now, how you banish their entire field is Aslium. You use Cartesia, by the way, how you summon this. The Aslium counts as all attributes, so you can target himself to banish everything your opponent controls because he's all attributes. So it banishes all monsters with the same attributes as the target monster. So you could target something else and banish all lights if you didn't. If you wanted to keep him, you want to target a dark, you could banish all darks, etc., etc. But if you're playing against a deck that has multiple attributes, like Vanquish Souls or something like that, this can banish their entire field because he counts as all attributes. So you target a monster and it banishes all monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute. So since he's all attribute, you could target, banish their entire field when they play into it. So then you still have your Macabre, your Negate in hand, and your Schism. And follow up in Graveyard. So, yeah, it's very, very nasty. I like the Aslium more than the Appaloosa route. That's just me, because you get more utility out of this. And then you can just obviously synchro for Savage and stuff next turn as well. So you're gassed out, and it's going to be really hard to push that board without like a Dark Ruler or something. But that's it for the combo, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Sorry if it's very, very long. I do apologize about that. I just want to make sure I show you guys everything that I can show you. But that being said, please hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, bell notifications so you never miss an upload. Check the description for all the ways to support me. All my links are down below. Patreon, Discord, all my social medias, and I'll check you guys out later. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I love you guys. I'm signing out. Peace. Good to leave, my guys.